Good morning, boys and girls. Drago. Short video. You know, it's amazing, of course, the stupidity of copium addicted fools. I keep, I got a subscription to Medium. Well, subscription. I used to write on Medium. Not that I made a lot of money because the themes, I guess, weren't the Ukraine is winning the war, read me. That there's a whole host of people that push out some piece of crap propaganda every single day. Interestingly, they never go back and look at their own crap that they've pushed out and re-edit it for where Ukraine lost, or things didn't happen, or it's constantly, Russia's collapsing. Russia's been collapsing now for 30 years. Definitely for the last 20 years. And absolutely for the last 2.5 years. Just collapsing, everywhere collapsing. Trees are collapsing, the wires are collapsing, the whole asphalt under my feet is collapsing. Or some such, if you listen to these idiots. I don't know how many people actually read them for them to make any money off of this. I mean, it's the same BS every single day. Every new weapon is a wonder weapon, and see how this wonder weapon is going to change everything, and see how it's just massacring 10 billion Russians every single day. The Russian, 2-3 Russian tank divisions are being wiped out every single hour. Come see, read me. It's relatively pathetic. They're like the third tier of journalism, propagandism in the U.S. and in the U.K. And also quorum, also constantly, it's the same stupid questions. When's Russia collapsing? When's the people gonna revolt? All that. Like, seriously, I mean, get the frig over it. It's not. Hodges, this guy is... Hodges has everything wrong with the American Officer Corps. You've got a 4-star general who is an absolute moron, who hasn't been right about anything. And he's commander U.S. Forces Europe. Basically Eisenhower. Well, Eisenhower's a 5-star. So you got this absolute moron, who thankfully never has to go back and answer for why he keeps giving stupid and pointless advice. But he did, he gave Zelensky some good advice, which they're now doing. And that was, look at Germany, 1944, second half of 1944. They mobilized children. You should too. How did it, first of all, end for Germany anyways? Not too damn good, did it? Second of all, oh yeah. After all, they're not American children. They're just meat. They're just little pieces. They're just little pieces of biomatter, not big pieces of biomatter. Sure, mobilize them too. They're not real people, after all. Not to the American establishment, that's for sure. Not to a lot of Americans. They're just that local natives to be exploited. And local natives stupid enough to still believe that they matter. I think there's a lot less living ones that still believe that. Plenty of dead ones that probably believe that, right up to the bullet or the shell that took them to Saint Bandera in hell. Polls, okay, write to me if there's any polls. I mean, I don't understand polls. And believe it or not, I have some Polish blood in me from the last monarchical dynasty. But, I don't get polls. Your government is ready to whore your dead and forget about them to support Banderites. I mean, these are people that butchered, 250,000 Poles? They cut out babies out of pregnant women's arms and put them in their hands. And then photographed it, by the way. Everything's on photograph, archival photograph. They love photographs. Nazis love photographing the dead. I guess they jerk off to it or something. I don't know. I mean, what are they going to do? Bring it home and show the kiddies, look what daddy did. See that little baby right there? Yeah, I stabbed him in the head. Yeah, what a good kid. What a good guy I am. Nazis basically are the scum of humanity. And by the way, National Socialist Workers' Party. They tell it everything's in the name before you go into right wing or whatever. They're not right wing. They're right wing of what? The extreme left? Yeah, that's why the tactics look all the same. But... So yeah, and then there's actually even a Polish monument to this. The Ukrainian Nazis, the Banderites, they took small Polish children and used concertina wire and tied them up to trees and let them freeze to death in a relatively cold nights, starve and freeze. Oh yeah, so all kinds of fun stuff. And Polish government is more than happy to kiss ass to Zelensky and give him and send lots of Poles to die. We've killed over 3,000. We'll kill 300,000 if we have to. I mean, just think about it. You really want a war with us? Okay, I mean, your choice. That's who's up next to fill in the meat hole for the grinder. The lack of Ukra meat is going to get filled up with lots of Polish meat, some Romanian meat. The Finns are sending 2,000. You know, the Finnish gene pool, well, yeah, I can't say much for the Finns. I mean, stupid is as stupid does. Your economy was first and foremost based on working with the economy of Russia, and then you decided to embargo Russia. Finland is in its second recession in 2.5 years. And this recession's been going on for almost a year now. Actually, probably already a year now. So, I mean, you can't say too many good things about people that smart. You can't say too many good things about people that smart. I mean, Finnair was one of the best aviation companies in Europe. It's now sold or leased half its planes and fired most of its staff because nobody needs it. Because number one, Finnair was flying as a connection flight to Moscow and St. Petersburg. Guess what? You're not doing that anymore. Nobody needs you. And you're going to have to pay a hell of a lot more. Well, they do have to pay a hell of a lot more flying around Russia while your Asian competitors don't. Oh, go figure. Finns got a good chunk of their energy, a very good chunk of their energy from Russia. And Finland's #1 export is wood products. Now they're getting to chop their own wood instead of buying up wood cheap from Siberia, which is not a good deal for us in the first place. So thank God that's out of the way. But, you know, what can you say for these people? I'm going to go into the 3 pre-Baltic midgets, the midget statelets. They're basically nothing but... call them what they are. I mean, they're leeches. Their economies come from EU handouts. The only thing they have is to hoard their own people out as cannon fodder. But now, you know, their leadership is now running the EU's Ministry of International Affairs, Ministry of International, let's call for war affairs. So yeah, it's amazing, you know, it's amazing the degeneration of Europeans as a general whole. The vast majority, they may complain and bitch and moan, oh, don't judge us, we're occupied people. Oh, so you're slaves. So you're mindless, spineless, shit-for-brain slaves. You've been occupied by a tiny minority that's replacing you, that's destroying you, and you're too brainless and spineless to get up and kick them out. Okay. So we're supposed to pity you? I'm sorry. Pity. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. And that goes for almost all of Europe. You know, there's only 2 sovereign European states, more or less sovereign European states, not counting, of course, us and Belarus, because we own 1/4 of Europe, and we always have, and we will, and we're not collapsing. The other ones are, as everybody should know by now, is Slovakia and Hungary. That's it. The rest of Europe is a bunch of slave races in the EU-SSR, the cage of slave-raced people. Too stupid to even stop their own replacement. I mean, literally replacement. It's not being hidden anymore. It's no longer a conspiracy theory. I mean, they're flat out telling you they're going to replace you, and they're doing it. It's like, come on, guys, seriously? And this is the level you're at now. Okay, well, what can you say? But the Russian advance is continuing and accelerating. Oh, Hodges, yeah, back to Hodges. So, bright guy, he compares look, the territory Russia took over the last 6 months, it's going to take it at least another 6 months to take the same amount of territory, and another 6 months to take the same amount of territory. Oh, we've got another 2-3 years. Well, General Numbnuts is missing a few things. Not only is the fact that the majority of the Ukrainian army, the experienced staff, is dead, wounded, or surrendered, and the majority of the Ukrainian army now is fresh off the street, press gang conscripts who have no. They may be stubborn because they are Russians in the end, and we are a stubborn race. But they have no combat experience, and they have no, so they die in mass. So we get to that point. So the other thing is if Hodges was honest, or maybe